Hey, in this video I show you how to make Bierschinken at home. This is a Bavarian cold cut. On the meat side we have lean pork, lean beef and pork backfat. And then we also add meat cubes into it, and for this we need to start 1 day ahead. Get some lean pork meat, and depending on the size you want to have it in the sausage, you cut it into cubes. They should have approximately the same size. You will see it later once you cut the sausage open, so that's completely up to you. Next step then, fill them in a vacuum bag or also a Ziploc bag if you don't have a vacuum sealer at home. Get the salt, the cure and the spices in and mix everything well, and then vacuum it. Then put it in the fridge for at least 24 hours. You can also have it in there longer. And let's continue with the sausage. For the spices, we have white pepper, onion powder, coriander, ginger, garlic powder, mace, and of course salt and cure, and some cutter phosphate for the binding. And then some ice water for the mixing process later on. First, cut all the meat into strips. Just make sure they are approximately the same size and they fit into your meat grinder later on. Then put it into the freezer for around 1 to 2 hours. And in the meantime, grind all the spices into a super fine powder. Should look like this, and then this way it's evenly distributed. For the grinding, use the smallest perforated disc like we did in the Schinkenwurst video, and also grind it through twice. This way the base mixture is super fine, and that's what we want for this sausage. Next up, you can then fill the mixture into a food processor and start it. Get the ice water ready. Put in the spices and the salt and the cure, and then also the cutter phosphate. And then gradually add the ice water and make sure that the temperature does not exceed 12 degrees Celsius, which is 53.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Just check the temperature regularly and nothing can go wrong. And then mix it through till it goes near the temperature and it is a super fine mass. It looks good. It has like an even distribution and an even color. The next step then, get the meat out of the fridge, get it out of the bag and dab it dry. Whoop. And then you can add the meat to the meat mixture. In Germany this is called Einlage if you put it into the meat mixture. I didn't find a English word for it, so if anyone knows how it's called, then please let me know. For the filling, you can either use artificial casings or you can cook it down in jars. The only thing that changes is the cooking method. For artificial casings you poach it, and for the jars you cook it. Fill it into the jars and just make sure that it doesn't have like too big of air holes, because otherwise it doesn't look good later on if you cut it open. Then clean the jars, get the lids and close them, and then we can cook them at 100 degrees Celsius, which is around 212 degrees Fahrenheit, for around 2 hours. And then let them cool off, let them rest, and once they are ready, we can cut it and put it on a bread and test it out. As you can see here, the pieces are in the meat. If you want more, you can also increase the percentage of the Einlage. Just go up to 50%, then you have more of these pieces. I think it looks good. We have these small particles. Again, that's because we use a food processor, and the air bubbles is because I used a spoon to fill it into the jars. Let's give it a taste test. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I grew up in Bavaria. I had this as a child, oftentimes on a bread for breakfast. So yeah, you can taste the spices. It's really good. The complete recipe, as always, is below in the description. If you liked this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. There will be weekly sausage videos, and I see you on the next one. Bye bye.